like I always say in my workshops for grief management, like you're not just grieving people, you're grieving parts of yourself. You know what I mean? Like every day you shed layers of yourself, kind of like what you're saying. I don't know, there's just a changing in that, like a shedding.
So as someone who's very aware of that transformation, that period, have you always been like that? Has that been something that's fascinated you enough to be like an end-of-life doula? What else are you into? You said you do workshops for grief management, yoga.
Yep.
You're a yoga teacher.
Yes.
What else? Do you have a day job? Are those the day jobs?
I have like several, yes. So
Okay.
I work in business development and marketing. And I've been doing that in the insurance industry for the last 20 years. So I have a really great network of people, and it's dealing with loss because I work in claims. So I'm dealing with grief every day, but on a totally different experience. And yeah, I'm an end-of-life doula. I finished my certification this year. It was like a 40-hour program. It took 3 years to complete. And I offer we do workshops at the library, free workshops. I also facilitate at Death Cafe, which is just, we say just, but it's a gathering of community of people with different beliefs, backgrounds, and we get together over cake and coffee, and we talk about death and dying, and people share their experiences and they share their beliefs, and it's really fascinating. It's definitely super neat to see people, have respect for one another, even if that's not their same belief system or same experience, and then just learning about other people,
And those environments even offer a space to normalize that conversation.
Yes.
Because it's a little uncomfortable for a lot of people. The I don't know aspect makes a lot of people scared to even bring those things up.
Yes, some people perceive it as super taboo, and they think, oh, if I talk about death, that means I'm going to die. Well, we're all going to die.
Yeah.
We're all going, you know?
Yeah.
And I think normalizing that experience, it doesn't make death or dying any easier and the grief that comes with it, but it creates space for us to be comfortable in the unknowing, in the not knowing.
In that I don't know.
Yeah. This is what I believe, this is what I think, but I don't know because I'm not there yet,
Yeah, we have no reference for it.
And it's crazy too, because people, when they're, just in my experience, working with people at the end of life, or even when they have received a terminal diagnosis, there's a shift that happens, as it would, if you've not experienced that, then it's hard to really explain, but people find their spirituality, find their, belief system, their interior system, whatever that is. And I don't know.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
Talk about being forced to recognize nature at that point. These interviews are about passions and different people's pursuits of them, be it as hobbies or trying to monetize them. In that sense, what does the word passion mean to you then?
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's a really great question.
Yeah, so, it's how you feel about it.
Yeah, I feel like passion for me is something that is this innate knowing. It's you can't shake it. It's consuming. It's electric. It's, it's great. And then it's also really emotional, and it can be ugly and painful. Passion is just that extreme to me, that fire of, really knowing that is what is meant for you, your soul, something that feeds your soul.
Yeah. Really tapping into that alignment.
Yeah.
I love when it's so evident you can't deny it.
Yeah.
You're like, I know this is what I'm supposed to do.
And like, say it's something like, for me, like, you know, prayer. If I'm going to God and I'm, you know, asking for direction or asking for guidance, and, you know, it could be years before I was like, yeah, that's it. I got it now. You know what I mean? You can't slap me upside the face any harder. Like, I know what it is.
Yeah.
And then going after that and sharing it, you know what I mean? And being open to other, you know, other people and their passions. That makes me passionate too.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes a while to learn lessons.
Yes.
But the universe is always going to make sure we do.
Yes.
Yeah. How are you pursuing the things you're passionate about? You sound like you got a lot of things you do and are actively pursuing. How'd you narrow it down to there? How'd you figure out those are the things you wanted to do?
I really didn't figure them out. Like, it just they kept showing up.
Okay.
Like yoga for me, working in business development and marketing, I am passionate about relationships. I love learning about people's wants and needs and, you know, building that rapport and relationship with people. Yoga for me, I'm passionate about because it's taken me through every different cycle of my life. Like I just went through teacher training not that long ago, and I still have a daily practice, or at least try to. But yoga is like a lighthouse. It is something for me that has worked through my grief. It has worked through my experience with the loss. It has worked through times of change. It has helped me overcome my insecurities with my body, you know, and it's helped me be open to other people and other energy and other beliefs. And yeah, I just want to share it because I feel like everyone can benefit from yoga, and not just the postures. Like, you know, there's so many aspects of yoga that I feel like people can really learn a lot. Passion, love, all the things in my life. Yeah.
How are you, or what's some things that you're doing to make sure that you're actively pursuing those things? Like, if there's something that drives you, if there's something that's fueling you, what are you moved to do towards those things right now?
I do, you know, have a very busy life, as everybody does.
I see your socials. I see.
Yeah, it's wild, but I do one thing every day that's going to move me beyond where I'm at. Like, I do one thing every day to support all of my businesses, at least, you know. I mean, obviously more than that when I can, but yeah, if it's anything from, you know, adding to my contact list, making an email, you know, doing a reel, making a post for socials. I try to do one thing to lead me in that direction of working for myself and, you know, creating the businesses that I dream about in my head.
Yeah, the things that don't feel like work.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What's a hurdle? What's something that's causing you issues right now?
I feel like one of the biggest hurdles that I have is it's still so new. Like, a lot of people just aren't familiar with end of life work. So that is something I definitely come up against every day. Like, when I call on people to see if they want to offer, you know, whatever it may be, you know, people are like, what is that? You know, that sounds morbid. You know what I mean? It's still so new. And it's just like people getting used to this idea that even though we've done this for centuries, taking care of the dying, even though we've done it for centuries, like, now we have this weird, you know, name with it. But I think that's one of the hurdles. And I also feel like, you know, people don't like talking about death. A lot of people. I'm not going to say everyone, but, you know, and it's hard to get people comfortable, with the idea that they're going to die too, you know? And so I feel like that's probably my other hurdle. With yoga, I think the biggest hurdle is people being like, oh, I can't do yoga, and not having that real knowledge of what yoga can be, you know. I always encourage people to visit other teachers because I think that's so important, you know, to find the right fit.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah, it's like with any activity, physical more so, when you get better at it, you want to start playing with people that are just as good or better than you. Because then, or else you don't progress.
Yeah, totally.
And it's the same thing. Like, I want to learn from people who are better than, know more than me. And can get me to that implicit experience faster.
Yeah, I love that.
Like, give me the shortcuts because I know you spend more time doing this.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow your lead.
Yeah.
And then once I figure out the recipe that you're sharing with me, I'm going to share it then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That's so true.
100%. That is super obvious, like in a yoga practice. Like when you're consistent, you notice the slightest changes in your own physicality, first of all. But then you're kind of hungry for the next evolution of it because you want to learn more. Yeah. You want to grow.
And I will say too, I don't know how you feel, but like yoga has become so like modernized. Like people are like, let me get in, let me get my workout in, let me leave, you know, and it's like sometimes moving with intention and slowly is a lot more challenging. And I feel like getting people to expand their version, right, of yoga or dial it back in too, you know, to the philosophy and to the other aspects of it.
Yeah. That's why I've kind of moved away from hot yoga. Yeah. Because like you said, let me get in, work out, get out. And an added element with a hot class is let me get in, make it through this. I gotta survive. Yeah. No one look at me. Yeah. No one touch me. Yeah. No, you know, don't get near my mat. Yeah. And even if you're not trying, that's just kind of like an energy that permeates that space automatically. Yes. There's just, you know, that triggers because you're ready to work out, you're ready to make it through it. Yes. And like you said, I prefer slowing it down. Yeah. In a comfortable temperature. Yeah. And having more communication with my body than telling my brain, just calm down, we're going to make it. Totally. Yeah. And that, you know, that's personal, but that's where my practice is is to just a more intentional movement, a slower movement. I love that. Not trying to push myself by elements. Yeah. What's a good lesson you learned in your travels, in your life? What's a tip or something? It could be specific to your business.
So great, I love this.
Or like just a good one that sticks with you, you know?
Okay, I got a couple. Okay. The first one is grief is holy. I think grieving people are holy people, like their experience. And when people are suffering and going through deep loss and their world has stopped and everybody else is going on about their day, like learning to meet people where they are and know that there may be something else going on in their hearts. Like we all have loss. And so I just feel like becoming more aware of that has made me a better human. And then I will also say, like, in my travels, as I've gotten older and in all the changing of environments that I've done, is like having a relationship with your body and loving it and being open to the changes that come with it as you age, and being open to like working with yourself inside your body, like learning to be in your body, acknowledge what you're feeling and experiencing, and then move from that place. Yeah. That's probably, those two are just like off the top of my head, but yeah. Yeah, that's because I think as I've gotten older and where my practice is always evolving, and learning that like you don't have to do 45 push-ups in a chaturanga to be strong, you know what I mean, or to build muscle. And I think humbling yourself with your body, knowing that it has limits as we get older, is just such a great piece of advice. Yeah. Like I don't have to suffer through migraines. Maybe I just need glasses. You know what I mean? Maybe your vision is not what it used to be. And then just doing the thing, you know?
Honoring the needs of our body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paying attention to what's going on, learning to separate yourself from your body.
So just really quick, give me your socials, what you do, next events, websites, how we can reach you, all of that.
Well, Facebook is down right now. My Facebook got hacked, so I'm working on that. Can't reach me there, but
terrible timing.
If and when it comes up, well, actually, it might be great timing because I'm gonna, I can't put all my eggs in one basket, as we know. But that might be up soon. But Jackie Hauer, Wanderings of Jackie, on my Instagram. I also have a LinkedIn. You can find me on there with my full name. Also, you can find my end of life doula work at Sacred Mornings, and mornings is spelled Mournings.
Okay.
And then
Instagram, I have and Facebook.
Yeah, and I'll give you my link tree.
Okay, yeah, we'll link it in the notes.
Yeah, because that has everything in there, all my links. I have a grief during the holidays workshop the first week in November. It's going to be Saturday in November, whatever next week is, 2nd, I think, or 5th. I'll check. But it's on the Moline Public Library's website. I'm also doing grief management with yoga workshop in November. That'll be a 4-part series. Those aren't announced yet, the dates. I don't know them yet, but that'll be next.
Those events will be up on their Facebook page.
Yeah, all of that will be linked onto my link tree.
Cool. I'll try to get this interview out before then.
No, that's fine.
But if not, we'll have the link.
It's fine if it's not. Yeah. Cool.
Let me think. Anything else you'd like to share? Questions, comments, concerns?
Everything. I do want to just share that if anybody has questions about end of life or needs more support, to reach out.
Yeah.
Because I have resources. If it's not me, if you don't want a doula, that's not a big deal. But maybe somebody needs extra, resources, books, a set of hands,
For sure.
That's it.
Cool. Thank you, Jackie, so much.